What if there was a lazy way to get a Stoic mindset? By just putting the Stoic mindset directly into your head. Instead of learning Stoicism, we could just do Stoicism. Even if you're like this.
Excellence withers without an adversary.
My name's Tyler, and I am the Wizard. I'm a mentalist and hypnotist, and I'm in search of the secrets of the world. And when I find personal growth knowledge, I like to share those secrets with you. And this video will do that for you too. I have spent 4 weeks. I've written 70 pages of notes, all to develop this new method. So you can just put Seneca's system for conquering anxiety, depression, stress, and over 1,000 mental illnesses directly into your mind. And it gets better, because with this framework, you'll be thinking exactly like top performers do to get more done in less time. So, whether you just want more peace of mind or you want to take your productivity to
over 9,000!
This video is for you. No notes, no studying, no willpower required. By the end of this video, you will just get it and have a mental toolkit that you'll be able to use for the rest of your life. If you can imagine a house inside your head and listen to the next 5 concepts I'm gonna go over, you have everything it takes to do this right now. But if you skip even one step, the whole system could fall apart. So let's get started. Imagine your mind is a house, and when you open the front door, you look around and it's a hoarding nightmare. It's just walls to walls with politics, with news, with social media, unfinished hobbies everywhere. And you just plop onto your filthy couch, turn on the TV, pull out Instagram, and more junk just starts pouring out of the phones and the TV, filling the house further.
Stop it. Get some help.
It's time for a mental makeover. And that process starts with a story. Once upon a time, I was an 18-year-old magician, and I wanted to make my art a career. And I knew that would be insanely hard. So I just started binging every book and YouTube channel and resource I could find on marketing and business and sales. Anything that promised to help me get ahead. And I didn't just consume them either. I took action. I was setting up Facebooks. I was doing the personal growth journals. I was making websites. I was running ads. I was making content. And yet months passed and nothing. In a moment of frustration, I just said, screw it. I just put away all my books, I closed my tabs, and I just started practicing magic. And I performed for people on the street. By the end of 1 week of performing magic, I had 3 paid gigs. What I didn't realize then is that even if it's good information you're pumping into your head, mental clutter is still mental clutter. All mental clutter divides your attention and focus, which leaves you just spinning your wheels. You can be working harder than you ever have and get nowhere. So the first step is to clear out everything from your mental house. Because rather than doing more, in this first step, we are going to do less. Try this challenge for 1 day, and if you're feeling adventurous, make a weekend of it. Turn off all sources of data, all hobbies, all entertainment, every flashing screen in your house, including music. Just eat, drink, and meditate for 1 to 2 days until your mental house is vacant. But an empty house is not enough. Let's play a game. What do you think this house is for? And this one. How about this? Do you see how you knew instantly what each house's function was for? That's because they were designed with a purpose. And that's what we want to do with your mental house as well. Who do you want to become? What do you want to do for fun? What do you want your life to be like in your day-to-day when friends come over? Do you want to be a politician or an influencer? If not, why are you watching the news and influencers? So instead, start furbishing your mental house with media, entertainment, and habits that support the life you want to live, so that your mental house is instantly recognizable, just like these were. At this point, you have now decluttered your house and begun to furnish it with the basic essentials to live the life you want. But there's more to life than just achieving goals and personal growth. Despite what the government would have you believe, you are not just some nameless unit belonging to a categorized identity group. You are an individual. So let's play another game together. Look at these 3 houses. How do you think the person who lives in each of them is different? How would they dress? What music do they like? What art would they have on the walls? Rather than living in a mental house like this, start crafting a mental house like this. What art are you going to consume to bring your life joy? What hobbies do you want to invest in for fun? What kind of habits will support the growth of your personal joy? This step is all about decorating your mental house. Look, this is your mental house. Decorate it the way you want, but do so with thrift, because the less you have, the more joy and depth you get. Quality over quantity. Because truly enjoying something is a skill in itself. It takes time to cultivate taste. But imagine what your life will be like when you go to watch a movie and it's always the best movies, and you understand them on a deeper level than most people on earth. That's happiness. And that's what developing taste can do for you. However, we have overlooked a crucial element to building your mental house. And without it, we lose what truly makes us human. A lesson glossed over, but preached by Seneca, Socrates, and even Jesus Christ. When I was making this video, I was burnt out. I was reading Seneca. I was watching YouTube videos to understand it better. I took 70 pages of notes. And yet, I didn't know a better way to teach it to you than just listing off cool Seneca quotes. I had spent 3 weeks of late nights and I was at a loss. That's when my girl Lexi came in. She said, "Hey, why don't you just take the night off?" And I'm like, no, I gotta figure this out. Then she suggested rum. I was in. So I reluctantly shut my notes down. We went off and got some rum, started playing video games, watching movies, and having a great night. We stayed up late and I woke up with a bit of a headache. And then it hit me. I knew exactly how to teach it. And you're watching that right now. You see, those ancient teachers taught us that it's not enough to just do the right thing. Our minds need rest, fun, and yes, even a wild drunken night. And if you think I'm stretching here, Seneca directly says getting drunk on wine is a cure for many diseases. He also cites it as a source of genius and breakthroughs. However, he also says it must be done in moderation and not made into a habit, and that done habitually, it does cause more disease than it cures. And this is certainly not the only way. He mentions traveling somewhere new, meeting strangers, doing some risky behavior, or even just going for a walk outside. So, once your mental house is decorated well, throw caution to the wind and throw a party once in a while. Let's check in on the progress you've made so far. You've decluttered your mental house and refurbished it with things that will support your personal growth goals and habits. And you decorated it with beautiful art and hobbies that you love and enjoy and reflect who you truly are. And you even know how to throw a party. But if you overlook this last part, you risk everything falling apart. Imagine yourself sitting in this beautiful home you've designed. What could possibly go wrong?
Here's Johnny.
No matter how wonderful your mental house is, we are still social creatures. So to avoid becoming a mental shut-in, we need to leave the sanctuary of our minds and commune with other people regularly. Now, when you start visiting other people's mental houses via conversation, you're going to start noticing a lot of people's mental houses are a lot like yours used to be. And this can lead to a whole host of emotions. You might feel scared, you might feel superior, you might feel disconnected. But that's kind of the point, because experiencing other people's houses will make you appreciate yours even more. And so you can stop hating society and start laughing at it instead. You were like that too once, and you have your own quirks. And every so often, you may discover something in their house that you truly love. Something so special that you will bring it into your own. Now, while going out into the world is essential to living a good life, it's crucial that you do so with caution and strategy. Bad habits and thinking patterns are more contagious than any disease. So be careful with who you surround yourself with the most. No one is perfect, but some vices are worse than others. So make sure that the price is worth the payoff, because the greatest source of joy comes from true deep relationships. But they do have a great cost, so invest wisely. For example, maybe your friend has a habit of eating a little too extravagantly for your budget. You could resist the pull every now and then, but eventually that habit's gonna rub off on you too. grow. And maybe that's a price you're willing to pay. But another might have the most dangerous mental contagion of all, the cancer of joy, a habitual negative victim mindset. This is someone you want to invest as little time with as possible. There is no faster path to unfulfilled dreams and misery, so avoid it. Literally, not figuratively, like the plague. And now you've built a solid foundation for your mental house. But how can you start to take action on this knowledge immediately? Well, of course, you have the 1 to 2 day declutter challenge, but knowing what to do is only half the battle. And without action, you're just gonna know how much you're screwing up. That's why I created the next video, how to live your dream life without a side hustle. There, you will learn how to build a step-by-step action plan to start living your dream life with this newfound knowledge.